A glorious and a wonderful day from the Archbishop of Activism to everyone that loves freedom. It's tasty and in need of a divine freedom. I'm bringing good tidings from the God of our ancestors, the one that sees the ending from the beginning. Please, as usual, if you lay your hand on this broadcast, do not hesitate to share among your friends and your loved ones. My earnest prayer for you today is that you are totally well in all your ways. You have been able to create your own terms and your own personal narrative in the way and manner that it will suit you, and will also help you to transit to global greatness. Please, if you are watching this very broadcast from wherever you are, make sure you help us to promulgate this very gospel, this gospel of redemption. I'm doing my own sharing from here, also do your own from your own end. So I'm doing mine from here. Also do yours from your own end. Please don't fail to leave your comments. Your love and your like is also highly needed and welcome. There's a lot going on around the world. There's a lot going on. So the one we can tackle to make sure we have results, or to make sure we get results, we have to do it. It's like this network is something else again today. Hello? Have you gotten the location? Okay, Uzziah. Okay. I pray I remember I just started now. So later. Yeah. So there was something I was trying to call to confirm for those of us that are watching. I guess most of us will not be familiar with this. Is it a village or a town or a city? Uzziah. And the state of emergency, traditional state of emergency, has been declared in that very particular village because of the SS kidnapping. Inside this very week, they was said that they made a town cry, that every of the villagers should stop going to farm to avoid being kidnapped. So that is our current state we are today. Uzea in Eastern land. The state of emergency has been declared traditionally. The ring bell for the village say, may nobody they go farm again. Now, how are those people going to survive? I don't know. So the reason why we treat so many topics here, a lot of people don't understand. We don't know it's going to be really a partaker of what these people are planning for. And this is something we get to stand up to fight to do for ourselves. This is something we get to stand to fight for ourselves before other person can also come and give us a helping hand. Imam Pasino, you are first commenter for the day. In all your life endeavor, you'll be first. We don't give a special prayers to our first commenter. So please, if you are watching, don't hesitate to share, please. The whole situation is something else. At times, you don't just know where you are going to start talking about the issue or what's happening in our state or our country. You don't really know where to start it from. The way most people are folding their hands, they thought this very situation that we are facing today in our country is made for one person. It's for everybody. Everybody body go pee. You don't get you one hard reach. Like for those of us that always read the heading, the way we put our do put our head in these days is quite different from the way we used to put it before. We have to abbreviate on certain things. Putting Roman figure and Roman numeral together. So that Facebook policy no for fee dodge and small. You know. Please, if you are watching, do not hesitate to share, please. If you are watching, don't hesitate to share. And I guess every reasonable person should always tune into our video in most cases, not all the time. Tune into our video in most cases because we have a lot and a lot of information for you. This is no longer time to play shenanigans or to begin to act as it will be, because the information you got right now is going to help you tomorrow. Now it's breaking from here, the day of ignorance God overlook. I'm going to be scripturally letting you that note to you. I'm going to be unveiling that to you. And there's a speculation about serious importation, or should I call it deportations, of Africa from the UK and Germany. And this German own, they'll be seriously laying emphasis on it. This German deportation, they say whether you have passport or whatever thing you have. And I know the reason why they are doing it. I'm going to be vis-a-vis, be unveiling it to you, so that for those of you that feel you've arrived, this is just the beginning. I told you right from the one, I said the survival of the fittest. They are trying to clean up their mess. That's what they are trying to do, because everywhere is overwhelming. They are trying to clean up their mess. I'm going to be giving you some certain guidelines and protocol if you want. Ignorance is not a blessing, it's an expensive pain. The prodigal personality come back to your ancestors. I've told us about this before, prodigal personality. Now, if you are talking about ignorance, what's moderately come to our mind? Meaning that there are a lot of things you don't really know about. Either because of adonkeism, maybe you don't just want to know about it, or you feel it is not really that important. That's why the book of Acts 17 verse 30, He said the day of ignorance God overlook. God they take out the person. That when you are ignorant. When time that is when you feel say you never mature. That's why when we are growing up, let me use myself as an example. There are a lot of play we used to play. Today it's no longer the play no longer have any interest. We no longer have interest in it because of the maturity. That's why Paul the Apostle, he said, when I was a child, I thought like a child, I reason like a child, I speak like a child, I understand like a child. You see, right now, I've now become an adult. I have to put away childish things. Now, why did I choose to bring this one to us? We are still somehow vis-a-vis referring to our negligence, particularly the things of the spirit. Our center commenter, Star Prince, God bless you in a hurry. So, talking about negligence, you say, you know me. Even when that thing be me, because of our mindset, and you carry your say, you know me, you know. So I'm going to also be explaining to us prodigal personality. I'm just going to throw light on it, then we'll start recapping again. He said the time of ignorance God overlooked, but now he commanded all people everywhere in the world to repent. There was some of the things that the gospel of Christ we're talking about. It's all about repentance. If tomorrow God having it, one or two persons may also write about what I'm saying right now, telling you about your consciousness and all of that. That was how they were able to bamboozle us. Even not because we are really refusing to repent or know ourselves. That's why I think there are a number of people we are supposed to get, we might have trapped, not for evil, trapped in the sense that, you know, at time when you want to catch some good things away from the bad one, you trap them down. So if we have been able to trap with our topics, a lot of people's mentality, then we are good to go. We no longer have problem. But the number of people that is needed for their consciousness to be in 5D dimensional consciousness, it is still very few. That's the problem with God. Not that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob cannot deliver the children of Israel in Egypt at the initial stage, because there are tears, the drum never full. And our own now, whether tears even did the drum, I don't even know. Many of us, our I don't care is making a lot of things to happen. That was why if it was in 2020, I was shouting, why we have so many UK alien, we have a Canadian alien, America alien, and a Do alien. They pile up together, they started bringing picture house. I've gotten my job. Now go and reason. What's the need of the deportation? Do you think they didn't hate anybody? They want to clean up their mess. These are some of the ignorance we are talking about. Now, there is still opportunity for each and every one of us to get repented. I told us here before now, you have not committed any sin. No. When you go to prayer time, God, you have not committed any sin. A reasonable man does not commit sin. You always know what fits you. Most of the things they categorically tell you that is sin today, it's not just sin. The highest sin you can commit is when you are a problem to yourself. When you sluggishly do a lot of things as if it does not mean. Now God is urging us in that book of Acts 17 verse 30. Now if you look at the book of Ephesians 4 verse 18, he said they are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their heart. Ignorance is not a blessing. It is an expensive pain. That's why when we talk at times about Isaiah chapter 4 verse 6, a lot of us, we know it by word. But have we been able to read meaning to those things? At times, if you are reading the Bible, don't read it for that person, read it for yourself. If you are supposed to put this thing together, how will you effectively make this thing to work for you? Every verse of the Bible I read it for me. I'm not only reading here, it's just that I'm privileged or opportune to be doing the kind of teaching. The same way you watch my video, I also watch my video. If you at times, I never watch brand new video. Also me myself, I never truly watch the video where I watch my video. I learn from my video. You might be surprised. I also watch my video. Dr. David, God bless you in a hurry. I also watch my video the same way you watch it. The same way you learn from my video, also the same way I also learn from my video. That is just it. Because why? It is the Spirit of God that controls this very place. That's why we have one of the most difficult topics in the world. We are not teasing somebody here. We are trying to give you illustrations. Illustration is very hard to give. I cannot start telling you every kind of life I live, be putting it here. No. I have to tell you the way it is. Not on how it suits me. How God wants it. How does God want it? That's the question. And for you to know how God wants it, that to say you must have to be walking in this Christ consciousness. That was why even when God were not there, Christ was able to promulgate the gospel, not a gospel. That was why he laid down a legacy on how we are supposed to follow suit. Do you know those words today? African pastors, they did not pick some of all these words. They run after the fake miracles and all of that. How many miracles the man even performed? All is about teaching. Now, how does he teach about the pro? It was Jesus Christ that was speaking here. It was Jesus that was speaking here. That's Luke 15 verse 11. Let me read it to you. He said, Jesus Christ continued. There was a man who had 2 sons. It was Jesus here that was speaking. Now, why we see senseless? If really we are really Christ-like the way we think it. We have not learned anything from the church. All these are, you are supposed to at least be informed by some of all these passages. Follow up the passage, leave the blood. It is not every word in the Bible that you follow. And the most difficult part of it is that the one your pastor gave you to follow is the one that will never make you to amount to anything in life. The one that will make you rigmarole all the rest of your life. They don't give you the real one. Has your pastor ever one day tell you that Christ means consciousness? They don't tell you that. They just say Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that's all. Jesus is the name, why Christ is the consciousness you carry. I carry the same consciousness that the same consciousness you carry. Or bono why have it a consciousness of Christ, particularly no one before. That is just it. Now, what are we killing ourselves for? This thing have been there. The Christ consciousness is already there before he himself came. They look at the kind of work he was doing. We don't know why you me. The Christ consciousness, that was why it was called Jesus Christ. Now, the reason why I keep on trying to figure these things out to us, because we have been bamboozled and we have been tantuzled. Now, let's look at that Luke 15 verse 12. He said, the younger one said to his father, this is not Jesus Christ speaking. It is not the man who he witnessed it or he read it. Don't say we are doing make parable here at times. I talk about a alien. You were not there when a alien were misbehaving. I saw the attitude. I saw the way they rose up against me. So you don't need to be there. My own is to teach you or let you know or give you some certain preambles or certain prerequisites on how some men will always behave. In case when you are fighting for freedom tomorrow, if they run after you, do not be afraid, not be dismayed. He said, the younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate. So he divided his property between them. That Luke 15 verse 13. He said, a few days later, the younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land. And there he wasted all his money in the wild living. I call it the prodigal personality. Why did I bring this thing? The child was one first ignorant. Or man not more. Is or now worry. He was one first ignorant. But when later realized what happened, their maturity have come. After squandering everything, he wasted all the property and did the same mind that God has for us today. We might have wallowed, insult the God of our ancestors. Who will laugh in it? Look at it today. How many of you have been able to train yourself, your son? In the university, I'm not talking about college you go. I mean the real university is not PhD holder or a doctorate degree. You know carry loan. Was it your salary? You know carry loan. Only go get me. You can't chest it. A man and a woman can't chest it. Watch it to etik bolu. I mean the real, you go get doctorate degree. You can't afford it. He gonna work one, he gonna do what, but work at 50,000 euro. I'm what do I talk about €500,000. €500,000 euro. Who you are in school at the end of the day, if you finish, the first letter you have to write, I'm a Como say of Yunto, applying for a clerical staff in so and so UBA. Time wasted. You see small children today, tell something man. Go America and UK and power. They stress nothing out of you. What you are now? Nonsense. The only way most of you feel because of ignorance, you feel your children is speaking, it's just a language. But how has he been able to put those English together? I told you, knowledge is the ability to give the right answer, while intelligence is the ability to ask the right question. We measure the intelligence of our children today because of the good English they can speak. That's how we are being bamboozled. Now, automatically now, being that your son can speak correct English, I'm not scolding you that they are not speaking English. It's not wise. It's not good. It's good. But don't let your achievement end up in only speaking English or speaking language. Some women that are not that literate. Oh, you know, he's selling in level. Oh, yeah, he will web. We are worried about Kekun. Now they want to start deportation. Who are they deporting first? I want us, including me. I'm not scolding you here. Maybe because I didn't do enough, or because I was not too eloquent in speaking English. That was how we become a victim. They want to clear up their mess. They want to see as many people because the thing is going to be overwhelming. They want to clear up their mess. And let me quickly put this recipe here for those of us that feel fatigue. For those of us that feel fatigue, you can give me lime, original lime, not GMO lime. Oh, there was a lime I bought. I wanted to use it to come and do practical here. Ikpe lime is Senegal. I bought it €3. The real lime. Oh, Imamule Legbere. Ikpe lime is Senegal. €3. The original lime. Then you give me pineapple. Ikpakpa any. The share. Ukbalo. If you have a lime in your pot. Then you give me Lipton tea. With your quantity so then you give me ginger. Then you give me garlic. Then you provide for me again this green apple. Then if this is done, what you now do you bomb man? Use your hand to squeeze it. Don't do your why you fridge. After you don't squeeze on now, for those of you know what put those days. Or some get David will know that very well. He will even boy your name. Oh wow. Some get David one even a my. Then why man of you who do sion. Then why sion and what is your bahani and nana make an allele. Who press away none ya feel for Yakube. Who do sion man. Then after that, put it in your bottle, your fridge. There were here one man. Don't just pour it on the pot like that. Neither do I waste. Don't use microwave to warm it. Always use pot. Put little in the cup when no one wants it. That thing is very anano. Why can say you put on it? Who to your pot? Who warm man? Who want your gas or whatever? But then you microwave. Then you can start drinking. That will also help to boost your immune system. But I'm not a victim. Why am I still doing studies? Odolo yihin. At times I'm overwhelmed in me, I will so open hospital. But I'm giving this one for everybody. Both all the alien, they cannot, because me, I'm tired of seeing alien. I don't want alien to be no longer. It's not only Edu. You can also do this one. It boosts your immune system. So let's see how we can be able to make my, I think, the Gbima here. I can me where a medi bedi. You know, I told her there's many rivers to cross. It's not going to be an easy task. That's why the major problem we have today is that most of our people, they are not still ready. They still feel nothing is happening. Only demons everywhere. Why must you still be comfortable? Go to social media. I think we have not seen something like minus even social media blow. Minus even social media, I think is overwhelming, you know. I'm really concerned about that. That's why I'm giving this recipe. So no time no man. So as soon as for those of you who don't believe what we buy, our help with immune system kakabo, our help with immune system, our help with immune system. Then another thing again that's also good in the immune system, vitamin D. I think vitamin D 1000. Or the car above a marble, you know. Then we have a more. Understand? So we're going to try to see how we can help ourselves. The deed that have already been done. That's why this very speculation about deportation. Or when the gem is on here. At times the main party of here wave no real, but I'm on the left. I win a here way. Once they find out that the condition was not pretty calm, let's assume hospital devant. They'll come for one. Yeah, the more problem. I will turn and deport whoever. Now, under normal condition, what we even made them talk about deporting people on one passport. Have you ever wondered the reason that? What we even made them mention it at all after calling you citizen? Say they might even deport. Ah, they're going to do it right now. You see about this very our brothers so with the arrest for Italy. Might be they were not supposed to sentence him to that years. Just a way of rewaking people's antecedent penal what you don't do past before. Case your course with the door fair closed before, they may just open it, particularly then look and say, man, or now Obima done. So when I told us that we have not helped ourselves as a people, that's why even in my way hang back to sorry to tell you this. Most of you don't really know why. The reason why your people left you behind or did not advocate it. If the way I was advocating, everybody advocated, that's why people are still defending kingdom. The most useless set of people I've seen in my life is a dueling. The truth need to be said. I see seen all of them behave like constituents. Oh, Bob Wujan Omiwe, see dragging kingdom. Erika de la Hyododowa. Eriona. Oh, even anyway, yena. No ragbon senior or senior kitty. I can't really understand a lot of people. When I'm on myself, you are not supposed to even be building house right now. Even on a yak boy, that does it. A lot of you don't know what is coming. You feel the world is the way you think it is. The fiat US dollar now. President Donald Trump don't already sign BRICS. Here we are behind all these things. So, okay, push Brazil, push South Africa, push China, push Russia. He finally signed it already. That America, they are joining the BRICS. Now, when we sign the BRICS here, a lot of our allies, they are talking, calling, Newton, Bob, that's why we're like the watching club, don't feel no one. So, una way to move new thing, Umare Vidima, war, Oma Kame. I want you to speak the truth. If you look at the situation of Nigeria today, now nobody cares about you. The same one at the Kano that's in jail is still the only savior we have today. But the same Edo alien, they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. What Una the Kano put on ground is what's still saving the people today. If Una the Kano has stretched his hand of olive to Uzziah, not be Uzziah, this woman called just now. In Asia land, state of emergency has been declared. Do you know what it takes to fear go? Now, when are they going to be? Who are they going to send? Instead of we to speak truth to power from social media, they think that they are doing me. You think that you are doing me, or you coming to come and fight my dear? Oh, so about we govern. As I just come out 3 days ago, so I can decide again why they be lie. If they go why we lie, oblivion. I can go to break at any time. Yeah, I will just by myself till off the switch. I feel locked. I feel locked. If I want locked, what we create. That is it. No, so about with my here. I took the highest risk. I was fighting Agbon of Africa Road. I have been already. Some persons only African are concentrating. Every Magboro Sadebe Avenue, Obaseki, big. Why did they run from the fights in the West? And they didn't problem here. If we are able to dismantle our what Bina will do with them, but you see, all of them they are still on it today. Even with the women, the graphinos are their cheek. I look at some people, I say, okay, now. All of you are constituting nuisance. Wakpa adowa, ebowa regina giwamula. They might understand. Our fighting your part for many years, the things don't yielding result. We are even helping these people right now to hide up this very narrative. If we are trying to expose so that Agbome cannot buy the Taleme about fear kule lave bona. You don't know that the nuisance you are constituting is going to also affect you tomorrow. Why not let for once talk about what's really wrong with us? Why not let for once? There's also a speculation now that Tinubu want to sign, or he have already signed allegedly, about how France is going to colonize part of the north, which might be true. Which might be true. Those one may even yield to colony because he having structure. The structure the Yoruba and the Igbo have, the Hausa Fulani, they don't have it. They might even give them for colony. They are good to go. Even though if they even colonize them, it's not going to be as before again because of the Nezera Jesera that is coming. It's a good life for everyone. But with the people of the West, all can we do it the locality where you know where. That's why it pains me that we don't have patriots in our states. You see all these will be all of them, they are going to politics. Why not behave like me? And so okay, now look at what we must have to do. Nobody cares going to politics to go and do the same thing. No, we don't want that same thing again. We want the system change. For those of us that supported Peter Obi, I was telling you, please, the system or the problem. Obi is a boy, you know, he can't do anything. He will even do the same thing you are seeing Tinubu do right now. Or you, who are you going to call upon? Okay, if you call chief of staff, Mona hold meet your marriage. If you call Senate, we don't why you now. Whether na akpa be akpa idiot, may sign be no sign amunko. If you focus Federal House of Rep, may sign something. The paper read their table, they don't sign unko because they are all Western pulpits. What are you going to do? That's why we are dismounting the system. The only thing that can shut down the system everywhere is the trumpet. I was the first, whatever in social media. More than I say any Trump among Nigerian whatever. Nobody understand it. I will claim that more than I say Trump. When everybody were congratulated Biden was with him. That just the savior of the world. Whether you like it or not, you assume. I know most of you will not believe this. Because you I'm gonna like this speculation and I saw Israel one fire at Iran. I know they lose emotion over that. You know why? Because the Kazera Mafia and the Nazi Malaysians, I must trigger in Ayamuneni. So that's why I'm not just bothered. What brings you right now, the information you pass right now is there, don't pass it. Because there never a time America is going to start fighting war with one particular person. No. If America said they want to fight Iran, for example, know that they are going for the terrorists in Iran. And not even American army from Pentagon. It is the military alliance headed by Baba himself, Donald J. Trump. Okay, so this is what I know. 100,000,000% true. This is what I know. That's why all these fights is all this why Putin were projected. Trumpet is the one masterminding everything you are saying today. France is UK because he's signing a Trump going on where he's signing. The bebore one where only I see him again. Wa wo meta wa the bebore ma we gba ya fun. Umado bori ajela la amadio hare. So everything we are telling you here is true. We don't need to, we are not doing sad. That's why I don't mention people's name. I don't want anybody to mention my name. I'm not looking for those kind of fame. If Fr0M save anybody, up to now, they are still putting our people into mental slavery. Nobody choose the Bible. Here we are stressing ourselves, letting you know some things not read Bible. I think one of the first person from our own Sabbath space, for example, who also said, Bible is the word of man about God. Have you ever heard it before? You have not heard it before. I get by now, most of us is convinced that I'm not Tagelino, because I haven't seen the contradiction of the way Nana effect. Wow, so John 15:15. Jesus Christ said, you are now my friend. Go and look at Leviticus 25. So about when it is J and how doma near with me slavery. That does say let Binu have the right to sow the igodo. That's what you guys are trying to say. They want us to follow suit and don't correct a lot of things. So if the people not blame me, they can't defend the way we are even defending it by ourselves. The people that wrote the Bible, they can't even defend it the way most of us are defending what we don't even know. Only we will defend that our ancestors were bad. A fake life that was given to us, we will defend it. So imagine my own idea. But whatever be the case, the word of our forefathers must be preached. Now let's go to the book of Isaiah 44 verse 18. It says, such stupidity and ignorance, their eyes are closed and they cannot see. Their mind are shut and they cannot think. Ignorance. There's nothing, if you are a researcher, there's nothing you talk about that's not in the Bible. Ignorance is not a blessing, it's an expensive pain. And ignorance is not an excuse in the law courts. Now, let me give you this one for free. For those of you that are wondering why this guy, this very man now, a risky. The other is from above, I am a risky. You cannot be constituting that same nuisance. That's why Nigerian government, they couldn't protect him again. The other is from above. What are you in the street today? You see all of them having Bekana and tell you where you can't be projecting this now. That's how lawless Nigeria becomes. You go no fee. There you go no fee. Modulation of Naira. What are you in the street today now? How can male and female saloba create now? Or ma create me when me bawe now. Look at what our people are supporting. Then I was wondering, that's the reason why I don't talk about all those people. I felt that no way you. But the main problem that we have is our entities, our commissioners, our ministers, our senators, who are not ready to change anything. That's why they want the same system to remain. That's why they keep on doing the same thing. Nobody wants it good. All these people you see social media, they are just looking for their 5 million to put in pocket while the society remains debilitated. I saw a video about, I think I downloaded the video. That's going to be a story for another day, but let me paraphrase it here. That whether Ogame family were denouncing what they call this our EPA. They were denouncing him that he's not part of the Advocacy and that. So I was just wondering. Now, do you know why they are denouncing? They are just being afraid from being killed. And at times, I pondered over this same thing. So these people don't want us to keep on living like this. That's how they want us to live. That we just live like this and the world will end, will go, generation yet unborn, will also continue the suffering of their forefathers or whatever, you know. We can't continue like this. People are just being afraid. To speak the truth is a problem. To speak the truth is a problem. Every one of us is in social media. We are not using our social media handles to do anything. And right now, Germany have succeeded already in giving whether on a credit card on the call or whatever card to do this thing. It started happening in some states already. Inside this very same matter, they are announcing they want to deport people. Now, why is this deportation coming? Why this speculation everywhere? Are they really going to do it? So earlier the better for us to wake up. If you have any person presenting idiots, I know the only way we choose our celebrity is still when people are being stupid. Immediately they are stupid, we call them celebrity. How can you be celebrity when you don't have any responsibility you are carrying? At times I am very dumbfounded. The reason why I'm giving all this info here, I think I'm still looking for a solution to every of our problem. Only a fool today is not even agreeing that he's taking the wrong decision. Only an idiot that will not say agree. Okoro Peter, thank you very much for that compliment. God bless you. God bless you for that compliment. You know, Marika will bow women. Now, if you also read that same Isaiah, we have just read Isaiah 44 verse 18. It says, such stupidity and ignorance, their eyes are closed and they cannot see, their mind are shut and they cannot think. Now, let's also look at the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 verse 13. And this place, anytime I read this place, I always see sense in it. It said, therefore my people have gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. Their honorable men are famished. That's what I'm being. And their multitude dried up with taste. Ignorance. Hosea chapter 4 verse 3 can make it clear. He said my people are destroyed. He did not say Satan. No. He said my people are destroyed. And if you vis-a-vis begin to compare the part of the Bible we always read to you with our normal life, it's the same thing. There is a way the world were formed. Even our forefather, you feel that it was Oibo that brought civilization. They didn't brought civilization. They brought that kind of culture and custom to come and rob us away from our originality. That was what they did. Ne we are making a so that I mean no me. A mirror near Dome of Africa. Boyaga kweti today. I wait in him, man. I don't manipulate. That thing here from Illuminati. Etinoka Africa, no. They hijack everything. Where they said that Jesus Christ, look at it, they said Jesus Christ went to the, they didn't even to go and fight. It was the key of Africa they collected. They defeated our ancestors by betrayal, by the Bible they brought, by the religion they brought. Those days, our father will marry as many wives as they can. Imagine your grandpapa will marry honor. Marine of the honor, marine, honor, Ogmaje of the bush. Knock my hands, Caesar. Knock my hand, knock. My dear, who want to try? And as all those women sit down, now no basagin. So we are in ourselves, what they me. Then all these Ikpotoki, they'll be astonished when they came and said, okay, the only way we can dehumanize all these men, more made them come to marry one wife, because these 7 wives and 14 wives they marry. So that was why there is a saying in our language that say, these days, do you know, if you marry a wife that is too jealous, or why you baby yakboa who activate destiny, but because everything, any outside you go, particularly if you be farmer, you are having problem. Automatically, a woman heart that was supposed to be protecting you start draining you. But during the old, it was not like that. Every of our father's wives, they are with them. They are not after one many time you call them for bed. They are not after that. That commitment that our women are. But who brought up this man, one wife? Now this will bring her to dehumanize African fathers. To dehumanize, that was why they brought it. So they bring their culture to us and their custom. A lot of people felt they brought on civilization. Oyibo cannot give you anything without they not get gain. When I was telling us one time that you feel they are paying your children, my dear, they are high your children. When I was telling you, please, oh, don't go this thing. Opportunity for them to pack your children. Do you know how many children is in their custody today? As soon as the mother is sick, they just come, pack the children. That was the reason why they did all these things. That was some of the reasons why they did what they did. So you yourself were saying, every time you see a white person, you prefer to go close to that white person than you think. You feel say na me be your enemy. Because they painted us as a demon. Anything evil, now we the thing they do. Who sold us out? The same thing you are doing today, that was what our forefather did. That puts black race today into this precarious position, and we are still doing it. Nobody wants to change. After the last video I did the other day, the hand of God was upon me, and it set me on a valley that is full of dry bones. According to how the same hand was upon Ezekiel, in Ezekiel 37. Now, and I begin to question a lot of things. Now, how did these people really take over Iduigodomingodo land? Then, a little story I've heard about the Ekiopagas Treaty. Because for me, I don't need to read the old textbook before I know what was happening. You don't expect me to read. I don't read the old textbook. That's why I cannot tell you I was Oluwamare, this one. No. It has been bad. That's what I know. It has been bad. It is when people want to frame, they start mentioning them. I will not mention them. I know quite all right that Ikaladela never turned to Dodo. What it was not a clone. I'm convinced about it. I don't need to go and start calling anybody. Start saying story in that thing. No. I know people, historians do say it. It's a nice one for people that want to learn. But me as an advocate, now I say, okay, now, how did these people take over the land? They took over the land. Was it that the people that did this thing were ignorant of it? Or it was just a deliberate doing and say, okay, because of hatred, let me say, do children out? And the same people that do it, my father was not part of it. But they've done it. Whatever thing they want to do, they are not fighting to let these people know. They are supposed to be the one advocating today. Please, oh, this was not our agreement. Now, who collected the throne from Ogiso? Who betrayed Ogiso? That's why I told you there's going to be a heavy civil disorder in Idu land. It's going to be a very huge historical event. Because we are going to be revisiting that. The reason why we are going to support to revisit it, the people that do this thing should tender unrenounced apology. And they will never smell anything titleship in that Idu land again. That's going to be their punishment. That is going to be their punishment. Now we are suffering. Nakete Tosun, Udukweme was not part of it. Why these people not speaking? You did the deal. Now the only one thing I know that Ekiopagas Treaty will no longer yield money. That was bring the problem. But do you know the life of the people does not concern these same people? It not concern them. All these king whatever. Look at King Pharaoh. Look at King Uzziah. In Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1, he says, since the day King Uzziah died, Isaiah saw the Lord. Also look at King Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel chapter 4, chapter 3, reading from verse 14. The book of Daniel chapter 3, reading from verse 14. Look at what kings have done. Now you sell us out Odoba fire. Why when you massive party working now? We need to advocate. Nimaya educated man where these were not our original plans. Then why when they be me wa gbina yemi rokpa? Why when they be me wa? He go tough oh. Before una go chest Newton, why are not this 30? Hell, I'm not just saying no. They menore we bona emi sunu ne. I don't know if you understand. That's why. Do you know most we done for that today? Newton is a threat to all of them. I'm a threat to all freedom fighter. I was doing my calculation with the here. It was 2 days ago. I was just doing reflection. Why was this guy really running away from me? Why is this person always running away from me? And I found out that I'm a threat to them. They cannot resist the heat. I'm sorry. Get this thing clear. Any person that was wicked during fighting for freedom, it is not easy for you to fight for freedom. At the end of the day, you also benefit you. All this thing I'm talking about right now, there are a lot of people that don't have component to talk about it. That's why I don't want any friend. If your father were the one that sold the two children out, then I used to be your friend. And what has betrayed? That's why I disconnect myself before the time. That's why God always give warning before the judgment. I don't have any friend though. I can address any issue from here. So they are going to be there. Every person who signed a Kyobaga treaty that put into children into the perpetual bondage, and they are never one day advocate to see how they correct it. Why am I position up? Mama even need a traditional whatever. The only tradition we need right now is Christ consciousness. Emma, you need. Okay, now what does it benefit to us? The same people that sold us. We don't need it again, no. Why you are too vulnerable? Why you are daily you way? Why you are daily you way? Why you are tin and do what? After all, what are they not going? Everybody drag it to come and become a king. Not by drag to come and become Ogie. On what detriment? I can't get it. On what detriment now? Go and look at the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed Besema. Go and look at millions of dollars. Many donate. Ammunition on road put on the whole world. It's not about putting here. It's all about people coming together. Let's fix up this community. When you know your power donate today, we know only marrow. They subjected auto the no. They want to work buhu yin akon. Work buhu yin buhu akon. Look at now some villages. Nobody to protect them. Nobody to protect them. I don't know why one man would just be super or say everybody. There are times I'm just dating ignorance, you know. A man said no. No wonder the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Or when my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. In other words, knowledge is power. You may say that more committed sin, but when we go to the throne of grace, we committed the sin here. All our land were sold. Africa were sold. The same people don't hear slave. Why you even the country today to see why you are represent, where you have a defend the one of Mama. Then you are still supporting the people that sold slave, who sold human being for money. Then even and I will support. Agbemana gwebe webo. When I the recipe in ban boy. Except you have good mind. That recipe made for Christ, the people of Christ consciousness. You must be ready to change along with the changes. Look at everybody. Look at people are walking about in this garden now. Am I not who are who now? Up to today, they are pumping the hair. I was asking myself questions. If we don't bring out this kind of message for our people to go walk on, these people, they are just ready to make sure that everybody is sank. That's what they want to do. It might not already did the kingship or whatever. How many no get children have done what I've done? Then you want to come and take three marry me in bed, whatever. Am I? Doctor, I wouldn't make it laugh. The Nigeria will declare because Doctor, will be too small. 5 million inhabitants. How many kilometers square do? What declare Spain or what declare worldwide? The nice one go wagwan. The nice one go wagwan. A preamble in a sympathizer in a hena. Yes, one go wagwan. Where I am. Maybe why your time I'll tell you more video in the morning about what I said. When I go to pay the person, when I get my video. So I don't really know what's in this life. Why some persons who just want to remain as a boss, other people. I do tell us, it gives me joy when I see people. Let me really put this one here. The reason why I keep on saying, I was talking to one of our, I will call her Iye, because of our consciousness anyway. Brother, you know that in our life, or man not tell you know when I tell you na. Man, if you do my way, you know, I couldn't na. So she was not laughing, you know. In life, it's good to be good. Whatever thing you sow, what you reap, people don't understand. It is a person. So that no we do see, no we do see me very. It is good to be good. Whatever thing you are doing, do it well. Even rather than what gave me joy most seeing people happy. Very well we will topic now and at least whatever sense in me where we are carrying on. That's just it. That is just it. A mirror by Ragmona. Oh man, no banana. You don't even remember tomorrow, they no longer pay bills. Now, whoever put importance on this death of a thing? E one more bonare we more important here, make debt now, as if we debt now, what kind big deal. Debt is all about transition. You are no longer among your friends. You can no longer go to party together, but you will still be with them in the spirit. Our loved when we're supposed to die, they'll still be protecting us. They'll still be averting a lot of things. But the kind of life they live could even make them to function. If you were a Christian here, tell me how you are going to be able from that side. You've already lost your consciousness already. And you were good. How you go to from that side start looking over your children? You can't do anything. You'll be powerless. There are people, testimonies are coming out. All those are they demanded, they like, let's say, 200 years ago. Most of them today, they are appearing to their children. Most of these people today, they are giving their children strength to do exploit here in the physical realm. So it is life is a continuation. So that's why you see some people when they are useless, how can the 21st century everybody reading books? Slavery not good. You are still by one way or the other promoting it. What are you gaining from me? That people will so then you are pompous. If there be God, as many people supporting slavery, may them be deported. Under 7 days. On a lake in a hand. We dig in the ocean. I will do it. Under normal condition, I don't know why people keep on protecting evil. Even in my man, all what we are seeing, the rumor here about rumors of one, all of other, is all about clearing away the bad things in a row. Clearing away the evil ones. Understand it, we know they understand. A TikTok TikTok is giving you money. You don't know why they are giving you money. A lot of people so right now be collected through TikTok. A lot of people right now, they have collected your children's soul through TikTok. Hey, TikTok send me makeup. TikTok send me this. You don't know where it's from. TikTok do me well. You don't know where it's from. Huh? Blessing. We have a video 20 where he ain't going nowhere. How much are they paying? Start where people give me one time. You go mango or whatever, about $100 or $5, whatever. Please, whatever it takes us to be responsible, let's do it. There's nothing in this life. We are just killing ourselves for nothing. Nothing absolutely in this life. One thing I've confirmed this life to be is a continuation. You continue. What are you going to be continuing tomorrow? Then we are the very candidate Iranian. If you don't support, what about when you not come again? Can no longer support button. You not be comfortable that to say, I'm here no be why so what they were nobody no be waropa. Panizibana. Where you go? Because the earth is going to take a new look. It's transition to go back there. It's all loading. It's all loading for those of you that have eyes. We can perceive it right now that there's not going to be American election 2024. American election can't because what's to come. And some of the major problems we have right now that people talking on international scale, error. That's why everybody just see the waka, they go like nobody know anything. Our own just to create content, our soul, just for you to make money. The societal problem, nobody talks about it. There is war today in Imo State. I've never seen anybody talk about it. Nobody talk about it, say, oh, you created content. There is war in Imo State between Biafra Army and the Janjaweed Nigeria. Nobody talks about it. Nobody raises awareness about it. You know, we just feel now Jesus Christ can do everything. They are keeping Edo last. What about if they started invading Edo right now? You know, for Igbo intervention, Edo Bana would have been a Fulani state. Edo Bana would have been a Fulani state. Because the people right from time, they sold us out. That was why their cows were eating our food, stop our mother from farm. With this year, this Enegio bring out juju that have not seen some for 200 years. Say they had a meeting to bring out a proactive measure of how we can stop the Fulani from grazing our farms. Most villagers, they realize so. Nobody come to their aid. Everyone you are seeing on social media today is as if they doesn't have villages. It's as if they are never want to talk about what's happening in their village. In my own, whether they be, no wonder they are really alien that I call them. Why would something be happening in your village? Don't talk about it. Then we'll share the video with you, keep it. Then you have been saggering somebody for how many years now? Every village you were carrying. There's nothing that have happened to Ronigba doesn't talk about. Apart from this alien in America, this Wobi, this bovine, this Cassituan, this Australia Wallaby. Are you talking about Ronigba? During the time when they kidnapped this very guy, Tornado, oh my God, so that wrong by offender also. Or my what you do to people, what people will do to you. I have nothing to lose anywhere. When I was feeling anywhere, why? I have nothing to lose. Why? Now, no. But it is good, whatever thing we are doing, let's do it well. Because we doesn't know where we are to live the rest of our lives tomorrow. We don't know where we are to live our lives tomorrow. It's summer raining now. Everybody. Italy has signed a deal with Albania. Carry immigrants to this thing. Autore Sicily, Abe Camp Yeva. Italy now. The population reducing. Why are they doing what they are doing? UK is signing Rwanda bill. Germany we have Mariowa. Our people don't even want to understand anything. We are just parabolating. La parabolator. People are still showing history. What happened many years ago. The kingdom was protected. Man, you know one. You are in UK now. The biggest kingdom in the world. Where are in UK? Charlie Ragmo. As I'm going to publish SSING. Kamala Ragmo. Kamala what? The vice president of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Okbiano na be gbe hin hu. Kamala Harris okbiano na. The main people, I don't know why some people don't think. If Vatican, if one $1 few boy you are cool, then where your work? Then I run power talk by Nick by Wulu. That's senselessness now. That's senselessness for real. That's senselessness. No proactive measure. Even what your mother, what your mother, for example, you go and go water, man, water will be body metal you want. Water on big boy. I just give you 7 days, you are gone. You ain't so have a do time one where the man anybody will borrow, man, with me walk cow in me. We need to stop this nonsense. So. What is coming? Even so you hear can because if they make up Ibu Ebungo. Can watch the video from the beginning and apply the recipe. Let's apply the recipe and see. They do to know like more you can A5 kg no raw. In my iron in my yen. Okoni we no man with you. No man with you. We don't even know. People are fighting to turn for us. If an equal dollar in $1 you wear your governor house. Where mu born over any. If you are $1 or one overnight. Our $1 is no longer going to be accepted in the market again. Because this breeze this thing back up with gold. Zimbabwean launch original. Zimbabwe are using their gold currency already. I told us about it 2 years ago now. They finally launched it already. So that one is already ongoing. So for those of us that want to reach us at times, telephone number +3463105624. Our telephone number +3463105624. That's our telephone number. Today's day is Sunday, 14th April 2024. So let me be signing out from here. No, we no Yahoo. So we're not going to be jumping up and down again. No, we no Yahoo. It's getting darker. For those of you that like following shenanigans, keep on following. So if you start repeating it, don't jealousy other persons. And UK people, Yeah, wa like again with my banner. Wa but you guys should watch out. UK people, you guys should watch out. Germans, you guys should also watch out. There is a speculation about mass deportation. Not only the people never be, or my never be babana. Yana where or Mario boy you where you boy and deport you where. What you deport you where? Yeah, we are more no home we will no home we will do. Ni work be o ma we. So ya wo ari recipe ni. Wa le wa anwo. Aha. Wa le wa anwo. So na ga na ti sini bo. Wa la recipe ni wa le wa anwo. Emi o ye dero toto e wete bo na von. Emi o ye dero ya wo ya home we do. Ya wo ma wo no home mi ma. Only I wouldn't have you yaw, but you no boya cover. But there are women in me. Come my ancestors, me mataya wow. So me do alien who support evil. They can't do this, so they can't do this. Any our being money and those ziba, they are doing something according to their calling. So when man be a video, you should avoid them and stop helping them to start constituting nuisance. On a year, I hear segment women about where do to on I do to idiot Europa. You go to end up all what you support a full leg boy. This is the time for the truth. Era Najena is for the truth. On I get time for settlement sake. Even the same people in other title we assume they just have a few more years to spend. They have a few more years to spend. That does it. If not any man well, for example, we are not then what do you think is going to happen? So why not use the remaining time in okay at the matter? So that let's see how God can spare our lives. That is just it. That is just it. Now why dark man can I at the matter? All those one where when we bring you have something on your head wherever why are you imagine why I am here. Are you going to recognize me? Who told you that? What about man I will plan it kwakaka? Ya hen really came we wap. Back from for you. Yeah, we are now. Yeah, we see you sitting in the camera here. Now we men have this one. Eh boy, you men me get go. Eh we. You must yeah. Oh man, no, the itinerary way, oh mohime. Even the way ye kiko. I only me go. Huh? That is a yebana ye whenever the asameni. Ya vena isakwa vena. Anytime ya me isame, me no go be aveko. Joke apart, I don't want everybody to be okay. I'm joking. Don't take what I'm saying here serious. This particular few minutes. I take it serious, I take it personal. I'm only just joking. The content we are creating, I want to start creating content. Let everyone to go and make the money, man. We need to make the money, man. So, from me here, good day everyone, and God bless you. Ciao.